what's going on, Facebook fam? It's your boy Bam, coming to you live. I figured I'd go ahead and get started now, share a few things that's going on with me in life. As some of you know, I've been into a few things where I've been able to learn about some different strategies and tools to bring income into my family, to my household. Recently I've been, of course, not too long ago, just getting back from overseas, some months back. But even before then, I've been learning a lot of different things, using strategies and tools to be able to, number one, save money, and then also invest money back into myself and back into my family. So some of the things I've been sharing on Facebook, and some people have asked me some questions. Some people, one person asked me to actually go ahead and do a video, and this isn't the video that they were talking about, but I figured I'd go ahead and do this to kind of introduce some of the things that I've been learning so that I can help other people. I don't apologize for anything, and I in no way try to make it seem like I made it or anything like that, but I'm in a better place than I was before, so I want to make sure I can let people know what's going on. So with that being said, that's my little brief introduction to everything, to the precursor of what I was going to introduce. But one of the things that I wanted to share is, people ask the question all the time, why do the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer? Well, the reason why is because most of the people that are, in our society don't know the things that the rich people know. They don't know the different strategies. They don't know the different tools that's available to everybody. So it's not that anyone's keeping it necessarily a secret, but we're not around the same people that wealthy people are around. For instance, if one of the posts that I put up before said that if the only thing that our parents knew was to, go to school, get a job for the most part, and that's how you live your life, then we won't know the things that will make us become successful or more successful. Because I don't want to knock going to school. I did that. I don't want to knock getting a job. Got that, so. But at the same time, I don't want to make it seem like that's the way to actually build wealth. When we start talking about building wealth, that's really about three things, or more than three things, but three of the main things is, making money. That's number one, because you can't make your money grow without having money. So you have to make money, save money, and then invest money. So those are the three things that you have to do in order to build wealth. Very simple sounding, and even with a lot of things that you have to do in order to build wealth, the strategies that you use, they're simple strategies, but the hard part comes in when you have to actually discipline yourself to do those things. Now, I have not been the most disciplined person at all when it comes to money. But I'm learning different things, and I've been putting things into practice, and I've been reaping the benefits. I've been seeing how those things have been helpful. So I wanted to make sure that people knew that there are things that are out there that can help us, that's easily available. So the reason why, to answer the question, why do the rich keep getting rich and why do the poor keep getting poor, is because we're not using the same strategies. We're not on the same, we're just not using the same strategies, put it in a nutshell. Wealthy people know that in order to make money or make more money, you have to use your money. That means you have to save your money and invest your money. And I always say the best thing to invest your money in, number one, is yourself. Once you begin to invest in yourself, then you'll start seeing how your mindset changes. You'll start seeing how different opportunities begin to open up. Doors begin to open for you in different places. Recently, I went ahead, I've always loved music. So even when I was overseas, a few things that happened in my life, I got into doing DJing while I was on my last deployment. Long story, real crazy. Not gonna get into it right now. But because all my life I've loved music, I figured, hey, that's one way that I can use to, bring money, into, my own bank account, put more money back into my bank account. Well, I never expected it to be the way it is right now, and the way that I expected to continue going. But the thing about it is, it's another means, it's another stream of income, or it's another means of gaining of wealth, gaining wealth. So I'm using my own abilities, my own, what people may have considered, or I probably would have considered a hobby. I'm using that now to benefit myself and my family. So one of the ways that wealthy people, you know, become wealthy or become wealthier, or one of the strategies they use, is they invest in business. So with that being said, establishing, you know, a business is one of the easiest ways to begin to bring income into your household. So that's one of the things that, you know, on top of me, you know, beginning to save money, that's one of the things that I decided to do. I said, well, shoot, let me go ahead and start a business. Well, it really didn't stop there. I'd already been looking at some other things. I've got a couple different businesses going at the same time that I work at the same time. And really the big thing about business is getting out of being just self-employed into being a business owner. And the thing about being a business owner is that you have a system in place to where you, the business owner, you know, you don't have to do all the work. You have other people, you know, that are helping out, that you're working with for the same cause, to bring money into your household and bring money into theirs. So that's the system of being a business owner. So you don't have to do everything yourself. And that's one of the things that a lot of people start thinking about, you know, or kind of think they have to do. They think that when they go into business, well, I got to do this, I got to do that, you know, and you know, that's just not the case. You network with people, you find people with the same passions, the same desires, and then you link up with them if you feel like it's a good fit and they feel like it's a good fit. So once you begin doing that, you know, not only do you link up with them, but you also meet up with other people as well that have the same things, you know, like I said, the same like passions. And then from there, you know, things just start to move forward. You start to grow. And then, like I said, investing in yourself is not just about getting something. One of the biggest things, not the biggest thing, is my mindset, the way that I think about things, the way that I approach things now, the way that I, you know, the way that I look at things as far as money is concerned, the way that I look at business, the way I look at jobs. And a lot of times people will talk about, you know, when they start doing some different things, they'll say, you know, they kind of they downplay jobs, but I'm not going to do that ever, you know, because people need jobs. And I think that's a great thing. I think that's a viable source of income. And a lot of times people say job means J-O-B, just over broke. And I understand what people are getting at when they say that. But I choose, just for me, not to say that because of two things. Like I said, the first thing was the fact that, you know, in order for you to become wealthy, you have to make money. And the first place, you know, that most people are going to start making money is on their job. Most people are not going to start off straight out of college or high school straight into a business. So and there's nothing wrong with the job. So, you know, you got jobs as nurses, doctors, lawyers, people that pick up the trash on the street. All these different things are important. People that serve you food in a restaurant, all these things are important and are needful. So I don't say just over broke anymore. And I won't bash anybody for saying it. But the second reason for me not saying that is because a lot of times, and the most important reason why I don't say it, is because the mindset of people when they start hearing just over broke is that they start downplaying jobs. You know, J-O-B, job, J-O-B means just over broke. Well, I get it, but you know, when you're immature in different things, you start to downplay things that are very important. So that's a little tidbit of my my little soapbox right there. But so becoming a business owner, having a system, having a network of people around you that are successful and are doing the things that you want to do is very important. You have to surround yourself with people that that are doing the things that you want to do, that are successful in doing the things that you want to do in order for you to be successful. Because if you stay around the same people, and I'm not talking about getting rid of your friends, because I'll never do that. So I'm not talking about getting rid of your friends. I'm talking about when it comes to making yourself better, investing in yourself. At that point in time, you automatically say, okay, well, in order for me to get better, I have to be around people that I view as not, you know, better than someone else. Like, you know, well, my friends aren't that good, but they have things that I don't have. They have the success that I don't have. I'm not even talking about material things. They have the success that I don't have, the freedom that I don't have to spend with my family, the freedom to be able to go on vacations, the freedom to be able to, the freedom and the ability to be able to do things for other people, to be able to be a blessing in other people's lives. So that's what I want, and that's the reason why, you know, I've surrounded myself with people that, you know, that have that and that are striving for better in their lives. So that, like I said, with building wealth, it's very important that you look at all these different things and you say, you know, hey, you know, what can I do to become better? Number one, books. There's, I mean, to rattle off books, I mean, you can go all day and say, you know, well, this book is good, that book is good. But really, it has to do with what piques your interest. What motivates you and inspires you. And some people say you need to inspire yourself. Yeah, that's true too. But until you get to the point where you're, you know, able to do that, you have to look for things and put yourself in a position to where other things will push you forward. I haven't always liked reading books. I've started over the years reading different books. But, you know, so after you get started with doing things, it becomes a whole lot easier, and you find yourself saying, oh man, I got to get that book now, or I got to get that CD series. I was about to say tape series, about to take it back to old school when we used to use the tapes. But listen to CDs, listen to audiobooks and things like that. And even with me saying it, those are things I used to hear people say, you know, back in the day, and it made me think, you know, now I sound like an old man to myself. But it's wisdom. It's things that, you know, people that are successful, people that have quote unquote made it, so to speak. These are things that, you know, they're teaching you the things that, teaching us the things that they've done in order to become successful, and they put it in the books and they put it into on CD in order for us to glean from those things, so that we can become better in our lives. So it's not just for something down the road; it's for now and for down the road. So you're investing in yourself for now and for your future self. So I just wanted to, you know, basically put out some things, you know, quickly, and just let you guys know what I've been doing, what I've been up to. You know, by all means, if you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, feel free to, you know, shoot me a message on here, comment, DM me. Some people have already sent me some messages. Feel free to ask, say, so what is it that you're really learning? What are, you know, those different things that I can't really get into on here. Not only that, but I'm about to go have a meeting in a few minutes. So I figured, well, let me go ahead and take this time to get on here. So I'm learning a lot. I'm growing, putting things into action. These are things that are very practical. There's nothing that's difficult that you have to, you know, strain to do or struggle to do. It's not something that you got to spend, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not doing that. You know, I am not doing that. I promise you, I don't have that kind of money to throw away. And I don't say throw away in a bad way, because there are programs out there where people pay tens of thousands of dollars because it's worth that much to them. So I can't downgrade it, downplay it. But for me, I'm not at that level. I'm taking steps. I'm growing. I'm taking steps, step by step, to put myself in a position to where, you know, I can be more of a blessing to my family and to friends around me. So the best way that I can do that, because it's about finding out what your gifts and your talents are. For me, I love teaching. I'm good at it. I've been doing it for over 20 years now, especially, you know, doing training and teaching in the military. So I'm good at that. So I want to use my abilities with training and teaching to be able to educate my friends and family about how to gain wealth, what things that we can do, practical things that we can do in our everyday lives in order to gain wealth. So with that being said, I gotta run out of here. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, I gotta run out of here real quick. But with that being said, please comment, share on your page. There's things that people, you know, I don't want to just limit it to just the people that are on here, the people that may happen to watch it later on. Share it on your page, share it with a friend, share it on a friend's timeline. Just let them know, hey, there's some information that maybe, just maybe, we don't know about that can help us. Especially people, I know a couple of people. What's going on? I see David Free and another business partner, great guy, Jesus Hawthorne on here. I really appreciate you jumping on. I'm following in his footsteps. Some things that he's been teaching as well. So another business associate of mine. So I appreciate it. But maybe, you know, with people that have businesses out there, there may be some things that you don't know when it comes to business. So we want to be able to teach those different things to you guys and to our community, so that we can do better, so that we can be better. So, you know, by all means, hey, learn from it. I'll be, you know, doing some more Facebook Live messages and things like that. But stay tuned. I got a few other things going on. If you see something on the post that piques your interest, hey, comment, shoot me a message, ask me what I'm talking about, ask me what it's about. But, you know, it's not about keeping anything a secret, you know, but I'm not gonna, you know, I try not to, you know, do too much to where people are thinking something, you know, people are being scammed, because I know those things go on. I'm not a scam. For those of you that know me, for those that know me and have known me for years, you know that's not what I'm about. You know, I want to provide information. I want our families to be better off than what we are now. A lot of us have good jobs, good paying jobs, but a lot of us are living from paycheck to paycheck. A lot of us are throwing away money. And even those of us that have businesses, a lot of us are still throwing away money because we don't know all of the ins and outs of business. I don't know all of the ins and outs, but I'm around people that are teaching me, and I'm reading and I'm studying up on these different things, and I'm putting these things into practice so that I can make my life better. And I think, and I believe that once you invest in yourself, then that stuff starts to outpour, and other people around you start becoming better because you're around them. So that being said, hey, I appreciate you guys for jumping on. I love it. You know, I love teaching. I'm gonna keep doing it, you know, so this is not going to stop, you know, because I believe this is part of my mission, my purpose in life, to teach, train on things that'll make our lives better. So with that being said, you know, invest in yourself. You are your best investment. You are your best investment. Hey, enjoy your day. Be blessed.